I was wrong about Trevor Lawrence. Let me explain. So about a month ago, I made a video claiming that Trevor Lawrence was one of the worst #1 picks in recent memory, and boy was I wrong. However, at the time, it made sense. The Jaguars were awful. Lawrence had shown pretty much nothing in almost 2 years, and it looked like Lawrence was going to get his career wasted and be an NFL draft bust. Now, I've actually been pretty wrong about 2 players so far in the 2021 NFL draft, those being Trevor Lawrence, obviously, and Justin Fields. At the time of me making the video, Lawrence had only thrown for 7 touchdowns to 5 interceptions in the last 7 games. That's not as bad as last year, but that's still pretty bad. However, since that game, Lawrence and Jacksonville, for that matter, have decided that they're going to go back to being actual contenders again and could end up winning the AFC South. Lawrence in his last 4 games has gotten 11 touchdowns to only 1 interception. To put that in perspective, in the 4 games before that, Lawrence had went for 4 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions. And in his career before the last 4 games, he had thrown for 25 touchdowns to 23 interceptions. That's massive improvement. Pair that with an average 67% completion percentage, one of those games having a 78% completion percentage, which is like a god tier completion percentage. And Lawrence is finally starting to look like the generational star that he was hyped up to be. And it's not like the Jaguars have been playing awful teams. Actually, at the time of me making this video, all the teams Jacksonville has played so far in the stretch are 500 or above. Baltimore, I would say, is almost a lock to make the playoffs at this point. Their main focus should just be getting Lamar Jackson fully healthy for the playoffs. Dallas is looking like a top 3 to 5 team in the NFL this year and could possibly be a dark horse Super Bowl contender if they learn how to win a playoff game. And the one bad game Jacksonville's had in this stretch was against Detroit. And Detroit went from being 1-6 in their season being over to start the year to 7-7 and borderline playoff contenders. However, there's one team I didn't talk about. That would be the Titans. Now, I've been saying this since the beginning of the year, that the Titans are frauds and aren't a good team at all. Now, I will admit, I thought it would be the Colts winning the division, but I thought the Titans would not. I believe they would go around 9-8 and be the first team out, and so far that does not seem like that bad of a prediction at all. The Titans have gone from 7-3 and in complete control of their division a month ago, and now they're 7-7 and barely holding on to their division in a playoff spot. Now, to be fair, the Titans were not playing a hard competition at all, and now they're seeming to fold. I'm going to make a whole nother video on the Titans, so I'm not going to dive deep into it that hard, but let's just do a quick recap on the Titans. Titans started this year 0-2 against the Giants and Bills, both teams with a winning record, before going on a nice 5-game winning streak before dropping a close one to Kansas City. Tennessee would beat the Broncos and Packers before going on their current 4-game plus losing streak, which is where we are at now. One thing to mention is that all of Tennessee's wins this year have come against teams with losing records at the time. The Raiders, the Colts twice, the Commanders, the Texans, the Broncos, and the Packers, and have failed to be a winning record team at all this year. Like I said, they lost to the Giants and got embarrassed by the Bills, lost to the Chiefs in a close game in overtime, and have lost to the Bengals, Eagles, Jaguars, and Chargers in this losing streak. One thing is for certain though, I was wrong about Trevor Lawrence, and the Jaguars might just be for real after all. Like and subscribe. Peace.